I've run in multiple climates over the years, and running in Florida requires some major adjustments for me. I went in thinking it's flat terrain, I've been training in hills, what does it matter? There are some things that really intensifies the run besides the elevation changes. Here are some things you should know to prepare for your run, even if it's winter, because the weather in Florida can be hot or cold any time of year. Never know. The first thing is being prepared and having layers. It may start off cold in the morning, but it will warm up fast. If you're traveling to Florida, I recommend packing clothes for a cold run and a warm run because you never know what it's gonna be like. It can change very quickly. And you may end up needing both of them, which really leads into the next item. In most of the world, at least where I've been, the high temperature during the day is in the afternoon, not in Florida. When that sun starts coming up, it starts to warm up fast. You may hit that high for the day by lunchtime or before. So if you're doing a longer run, especially that takes you into the late morning, be prepared for when that sun comes up, it's gonna get hot fast. If you're doing a half marathon or a full marathon, make sure you wear sunblock. In Florida, the sun will burn you even in the middle of winter, even if it's cold. Make sure that you put some sunblock on. Personally, I put sunblock on before I leave for the race because once I start sweating, it's not going on and it tends to work well. I tend to wear a hat and sunglasses, so I put sunscreen from my nose down. You can get sunburned in 15 to 20 minutes in Florida. Even if it feels cold, the sun's rays are still powerful. Unless you live in Florida, it's hard to prepare for this, I know, but the humidity in Florida is a whole different level. In the morning before the sun comes up, the humidity may be intense. You may be pouring sweat just standing there doing nothing. So it's really important to stay hydrated. Make sure you're drinking electrolytes because you don't want to dilute your electrolytes because that can make you sick or cause major medical issues. Like any race, make sure you're staying hydrated, but remember the humidity is going to make it harder. What I do is before the race, I'll drink water. After the race, I'll drink water. But during the race, I only drink electrolytes. So I try to get a lot of my water before and after. I don't want to dilute it in the Florida heat and humidity. In a lot of places, when you run in fall and winter, they'll give you hot hands because it's colder. Not in Florida. They give you biofreeze because the game that you're playing with the humidity and the heat of Florida is inflammation. So you have to make sure you keep your legs from getting inflamed, your feet from getting inflamed. Between hydration and inflammation or swelling, those are the things that you have to watch out for the most. When you're running in the cold, that cold helps keep the swelling down. The humidity and the moisture you're gonna be sweating out makes that swelling happen faster in Florida. And a lot of times people tend to drink a lot of water to compensate for that, which just causes more swelling. Compression socks or compression sleeves are your best friend. They will keep the inflammation down while you're running. Make sure you train with these. Even if you don't swell as much where you're training, make sure you're training with these to make sure they're comfortable when you're running. They will help control the swelling of your feet and help keep your feet from rubbing the side of your shoes and creating blisters. Your calves will start to swell and cramp, so the sleeves may help with that as well. I swear by blister-free compression socks. I hadn't used them before and I ended up with blisters and swollen feet and it was brutal. So I switched to start using them and they changed my entire run. Make sure you train with them and see how they work for you. For me, I've had 15-mile training runs where it's 80 degrees and 90% humidity, no blisters, nothing. All the gear I use is in the description if you're interested. Check it out. Glide or a similar anti-chafing is a must. The heat and humidity are a perfect combination for chafing. I also put it on the outside of my foot before I put my socks on, just to give myself that extra layer of preventing blisters. You should see I hate blisters. I've had a very bad experience with them. It is gonna be warm outside most likely. Don't go for your personal record. Enjoy the run, slow down, understand how fast you should be going at higher temperatures versus where maybe you trained at. The humidity and the sun take a lot of energy out of you and you don't realize it till you get further in the race. I've been swept from races because I went really hard at the beginning thinking I had all this energy and the sun and humidity took so much energy out of me that by the time I got towards the end, I was hitting a wall. Make sure the first half, 3/4 of the race, you're not going full force just to make sure you have that energy to finish. If you get 3/4 of the way through and you have a lot of energy left, push yourself that last quarter, but still watch yourself. Watch yourself with the heat and humidity because it does suck a lot of energy out of you and you don't want to have a heat stroke or anything like that. It's not worth it. After the race, you're going to want to keep the swelling down. You've worn compression socks, sleeves, you've kept the swelling down during the race. After the race though, when you take those socks off or those sleeves off, you're gonna swell. This means taking Epsom salt baths, massaging, doing stretches, elevating. Don't be surprised if your shoes won't fit you at the race. Wear flip-flops or something, but make sure to keep the swelling down afterwards. It will help with the recovery and help with the pain. The biggest thing I've done personally is Epsom salt bath for about 20 minutes, and then I have ice packs that I put on my legs, and it's helped immensely just to keep the swelling down. I hope this helped you. Check out this video right here to get some tips when you're running at Disney.